Hi, welcome to week 6 in our course, The Theology and Ethics of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. This week we begin reading from Bonhoeffer's magnum opus, that is his Ethics, which was written in different periods and phases between September of 1940, that is 1 year after the beginning of the war, and April 1943, that is until his arrest and imprisonment by the Nazi regime. So his work Ethics contained his most exhaustive treatment of the problems facing German society and culture. Some of these issues and problems would be treated in a direct fashion. For example, when he discussed the ethics of euthanasia, war, political participation, vocation. But most of the themes would be approached in a rather oblique, we could say directly theological manner, due to the existing censorship and his commitment to helping Jews escaping Germany and his participation in the plot to kill Hitler. So again, try to decipher here the way in which Bonhoeffer is dealing with the atrocity of the Nazi regime and in this period with the war in strict theological language. So this is the last work written by Bonhoeffer if we exclude his letter from prison, and it was edited posthumously by his beloved disciple and friend, Pastor Eberhard Bethge, who also is the author of the standard biographical work on Bonhoeffer. Though the work is called Ethics, you will see that it is really a work on Christology, and more specifically, is a theological reading of politics and the world. So the two chapters that we are reading for this week shows Bonhoeffer at his best, a committed Lutheran who knows how to put together the personal existential dimension of faith and at the same time the structural aspects of God's work in the world and the Christian vocation and engagement in the world, follow the classical themes of the Reformation, like Christ, justification, the two kingdoms, vocation. But at the same time, Bonhoeffer is not afraid of reinterpreting the doctrines of the Reformation for a new age. This will be particularly the case with the Lutheran doctrine of the two kingdoms, the two realms, the two spheres, different ways to put it, which in his interpretation has led to the false dichotomy of having the world without Christ, or Christ without the world, or what is even worse, leading to a split between the two. In this way, Bonhoeffer is contributing to the contemporary dynamic understanding of Luther's political theology that also had a very deep impact in other parts of the world, especially in the global south, like for example, South Africa in struggle against apartheid, and in different expressions of liberation theology in Latin America. So in the first essay, Christ, Reality and Good, he presents a powerful understanding of what it means to call things good. And his answer would be to participate in the indivisible whole reality revealed in Jesus Christ. He will argue that in Jesus Christ it is revealed that there is only one reality, the reality of God and world together. This follows, I have to say, Luther's Christological model, which is to emphasize the unity of Jesus Christ more than the distinctions between the natures. So this deeply incarnational Christology will serve as his point of entrance to his critique of what is called the pseudo-Lutheran or the pseudo-Lutheranism misappropriation of Luther's original insight that leads to conceive God and the world, the church and the state, faith and ethics as autonomous and independent realities. That's a problem that Bonhoeffer is attempting to address through these essays that we are reading. So this essay in particular is both a deep affirmation of the type of God that the Christian confesses, as well as an affirmation of the goodness of creation and the world in which we're called to live. As he deals with the reality of worldly mandates, and here he mentions the spheres or realms of work, marriage, government, and church, which expresses the relation of the world, the positive relation of the world to Christ, he will also clarify in the second essay that we are reading, The Ultimate and the Penultimate Things, in what consists the dynamics of faith and justification, which questions the ego, and it is a call to ground our lives in a foundation outside of ourselves, the ultimate, the Christ. Again, he will understand the notion of justification not only in forensic external terms, but we can say in existential ontological terms as well. No? The Christ who lives in me and among us. Undoubtedly inspired by Luther's A Freedom of a Christian, he will vindicate as well the value of the penultimate, the realm of history, the world, our ordinary life, as the place in which we're called to be or to become human with our neighbors, engaging the different mandates that make human life possible, the ways of Christ that prepares his final coming. So as you read these two essays, I would like for you to capture and to relate many of the themes that he's dealing with some of these core themes and issues lifted up by the Reformation in the 16th century, and try to perceive this creative way in which Bonhoeffer is remaining grounded in a deep tradition, but at the same time has this freedom and creativity to engage the issues that was marking and affecting his own time. I have included also for this week the fourth part of the interview with Eric Metaxas, and the reason is that he will mention there some of the events that were surrounding Bonhoeffer's life during this period, right? That between 1940 and 1943, when he was writing these essays that now we are beginning to explore.